Hi everyone, my name is Becky Coleman. I'm the Community Partnerships Manager at Easy Fundraising. So my job is to help good causes and charities like you to use our platform to get free funding. So what I'm going to talk through today is basically just how to use Easy Fundraising, what it's all about, and the benefits of it for you as an organisation to use Easy Fundraising. So we're going to go through how it works. We're going to go through how to get started. I'm going to talk through how to get your supporter network involved with using Easy Fundraising, and we'll talk through some top tips of good causes that are already using us. What do they do that makes it work really well for them? So what is Easy Fundraising and how does it work? So what we are basically is we're a funding platform, and we are a free and really simple way for people connected to your charity, to your good cause, to raise money for you for free, simply by doing their normal online shopping. So we have partnerships with about 8,500 online retailers, all the retailers that people shop with anyway, and all of those retailers have committed to donating money to your organisation when your supporter network shop online with them. So when I say supporters, what I mean is anybody connected to your charity or good cause. So your volunteers, if you have them, your staff, if you have them, your trustees, your members, your supporters, your wider community, anybody who shops online in any way, shape or form can use Easy Fundraising and raise money for you. So what happens is, if somebody wants to do some shopping, instead of going straight to a retailer's website, they just start their journey at the Easy Fundraising website or app. We'll send them off to the retailer's website, where they'll then just shop as normal. Everything will be exactly the same for that shopper, but because they started at Easy Fundraising, the retailer they shop with will donate a proportion of what that person spends back to your good cause, to your organisation, but at no extra cost to the shopper. So let's say, for example, you've got a volunteer, and that volunteer is planning to book a holiday through booking.com. So he doesn't go to the booking.com website, he comes to Easy Fundraising, he's picked you as the cause he's going to support, and we'll cover that off later. He's picked you, you're the cause he's going to support, and he just searches on our site for booking.com. We'll then just send him to the booking.com website, he'll book his holiday, everything will be exactly the same for him. So the cost of his holiday is identical. He's just going to be on the normal booking.com website. But because he started Easy Fundraising, booking.com in this example will donate 4% of what that person spends on their holiday back to your good cause, but without it costing that volunteer a penny extra. So if he's going to spend £1,500 on his holiday, he's still just spending that, but booking.com will donate 4% of what he spends back to your organisation. So each retailer sets its own donation amount. So some might donate 1% of what you spend, some might be 2%, some might be 4%, but it's always the retailer that is making this donation. It's not coming from the shopper. So quite simply, it's just a way of turning online shopping, the online shopping that we're all doing nowadays, into money for your charity, for your organisation. 8,500 retailers, as I've said, so it's all the retailers that people are shopping online with anyway. It's department stores, it's travel retailers, it's supermarkets, online grocers, it's fashion, it's home and garden, it's everything that you can think of. And so the benefits of using Easy Fundraising for your organisation, before I go on and sort of show you how it actually works, is, well, firstly, this is a completely free platform. So you are not going to be charged anything for being part of Easy Fundraising. You don't have to pay to register your organisation with us. There are no monthly charges or anything like that. It is completely and utterly free. It's a way that people can help you without them having to donate their own money. You're not asking them to make a donation. You're not asking them to put their hand in their pocket. They are just going to do the online shopping that they were already going to do anyway. But if they do it through Easy Fundraising, they'll raise money for you at the same time. So they're not donating their money. It's the retailer that's making that donation. Very importantly, it's unrestricted funding, which I know is music to everyone's ears. I'm a trustee of a small charity here in Birmingham, and we love unrestricted funding because there's lots of things that we sometimes just need funding for that we can't apply for grant funding for. So Easy Fundraising is entirely unrestricted. You can use it for whatever you want. You can use it for running costs, core costs, project costs, keep it in your reserves, entirely up to you. We won't ask you to show us what you're, to tell us what you're going to be, what you need the money for. So it's not like applying for grant funding where you would have to do your registration and your application, and you'd have to say, we need this amount of money and we need it for this, and this is what we're going to do with it. It's not like that with Easy Fundraising. We don't need to know what you're going to spend it on. It's entirely up to you. It's also unrestricted in the sense that it's ongoing. This is not a one-off thing that you're going to do. Once you've set up with Easy Fundraising and people are supporting you, it's ongoing. So we started back in 2005, and we have causes raising with us today that started back in 2005. So completely unrestricted in terms of how long you do it for, and there's no limit on how much you can raise either. So there's no cap on how much you can raise with Easy Fundraising. It's really straightforward and easy to set up and run. So most of our good causes, we have about 200,000 good causes all around the UK, right up from national charities right down to really small little voluntary groups and everything in between. But the vast majority of our good causes are small to medium-sized community groups and small charities. So we know that you're really busy. We know that you're time poor. You haven't got lots of time to sit and fill in big long application forms and things like that. And again, being a trustee, I know that, grant funding, applying for grants, while it's, it's great and you can get a nice big lump sum of money, it's time consuming. Easy Fundraising is really simple and straightforward to register your organisation with us and to run, and we'll talk through how that works later. The funds that your supporters raise for you are totaled up and paid to you 4 times a year, every year ongoing. So we'll total up what everyone supporting you has raised from their shopping, and we'll pay it directly into your charity bank account 4 times a year. And that happens in February, May, August and November, ongoing. You have to raise £15 or more in the quarter to trigger a payment. So just 15, 1-5. But let's say you didn't quite make 15 by the time we're due to pay you. Don't worry, you won't lose what you've raised. It'll just roll to the next payment date. So that's just our minimum threshold to pay out your funds. We don't need you to come back to us and submit your outcomes and outputs. We won't be, contacting you saying demonstrate how this money has been spent. Having said that, if you want to tell us, we love to hear how the money has been spent. We feature our causes on our social media channels. So if you want to get in touch with us and say, hey, we've just had our donations come through from Easy Fundraising and this is what we've done with it, do tell us, but you don't need to. We won't be coming chasing after you. And lastly, there's no conflict with any other types of funding or fundraising that you might be doing. So if you are applying for grant funding, or you're doing a legacy push, or a direct debit donor push, anything you want to do, you can do all of that as well. Absolutely no conflict. But Easy Fundraising is something you can have ticking along in the background, paying out your funds 4 times a year. And just a little bit about us before I go into a bit more detail. So we've been doing this for 20 years. As I said, we started back in 2005. We're members of the Institute of Fundraising and NCVO, so you can trust us. We are partnered with CLIC to deliver sessions like this and to help their organisations within their network raise funds. And we have about 200,000 good causes that are already using us. And so far, over £60 million has been raised by people using Easy Fundraising. So £60 million has gone to charities and good causes so far. Just a few questions that might be running through your head at this point, which I'll cover off now. So you don't have to be a charity to use Easy Fundraising. It is open to any kind of good cause that has unselfish goals and needs to raise funds. So you can be a charity, obviously, and I know most of you guys here today probably are, but if you're not, that's fine. You can be a CIC, you can be a social enterprise, you can be a voluntary organisation, you can be things like a church or faith organisation, you could be a school PTA, you could be a grassroots sports club, you could be a small voluntary group that meets in the church hall once a week and you need a bit of funding to support your members. Whatever you are, providing you have unselfish goals and you are doing something that helps other people, then you can use Easy Fundraising. When you register with us, when you register your organisation with us, we will do the due diligence at our end. So we won't ask you to upload lots of well, any kind of documentation. We don't need to see your constitution or anything like that. You'll register with us with the name of your charity or good cause, your charity number if you have one, your location, and we will just go off and satisfy ourselves that your organisation exists and that you fit within our guidelines, and then we will approve you. But we'll do that at our end. We won't be asking you to, to have to jump through hoops to prove who you are. As I mentioned, it won't cost you anything. It is completely free. And people then often ask, well, how is Easy Fundraising funded? Well, we're funded by the retailers. So when somebody makes a purchase and generates a donation for you, that donation goes to you. But in the background, we'll also get a small commission from the retailers that's separate to the donation. And that is what we use to keep Easy Fundraising free. So it always has been free. It always will be free because we're funded by the retailers. So what happens is first is you're going to register your organisation with us, and I'll come on to that in a minute. But once you've registered your organisation with us, you're then going to let your supporter network know that you're now on Easy Fundraising, and they're going to come to Easy Fundraising and they're going to pick you as the cause that they're going to support. Again, I'll come on to this sort of in slightly more detail, but once they've registered with us for free, then this is how they're going to use Easy Fundraising. They'll have their own little supporter account that looks like this. So this is mine. So when they come to Easy Fundraising, it will say good morning or good afternoon or good evening and their name. If you want to scroll down there, it will show them the name of the cause that they're supporting. So that's the cause that I'm a trustee of. It will show how much they've raised, people have raised in total for your organisation. And next to that, once they've started raising, they'll see the donations that they've raised. So these are my genuine donations that I've raised over the last couple of days. So when they want to shop, there's 3 ways they can do it. So firstly, they can either, as I've done here, just come to Easy Fundraising and log in with an email address and a password, and then just simply type in the name of the retailer they want to shop with. So booking.com, and it will take you here, and it will tell you firstly just what the donation rate will be. So they donate 4%, or it's £1 if you're booking a flight, and all you do is you click shop now, and that's it. It takes you to the booking.com website, the normal booking.com website. Everything's the same. If you have an account with a retailer, you can log into it in the normal way. Everything is absolutely identical. But now if I go on and buy something and book a holiday, 4% of what I spend is going to go back to my good cause. So that's one way to use Easy Fundraising. Second way you can use Easy Fundraising is through our app. So that just works in exactly the same way as the website. You just search for, open the app, search for the retailer you want to shop with, and we'll send you out to the retailer's website on your phone, and you shop and raise. But there's a third way, and it's called the browser extension, but it's much more commonly known as the donation reminder. Because what it does is, if you were to visit a retailer's website, but you forgot to come and start at Easy Fundraising, then for the majority of our retailers, it doesn't matter. You don't need to have started at Easy Fundraising. And the reason we created the donation reminder is because way back when we first started, people said, oh, I love Easy Fundraising, it's absolutely great, but sometimes I forget. Sometimes I go straight to the Marks and Spencer's website and I forget to start my journey there. So we created the donation reminder. You download it onto your computer. You can also have it on the app, on your phone via our app. And if you were to visit a retailer's website without remembering to go to Easy Fundraising first, then let me show you what happens. So if I decide that I'm just going to go to Etsy, I'm not in Easy Fundraising now, I'm just going to shop with Etsy, but I didn't start at Easy Fundraising. It doesn't matter, because what you'll see is I get this little donation reminder here that tells me there's a donation available. I just click it, it keeps me on that retailer's website, but in the background, it's logged me into my Easy Fundraising account. And so now I won't miss out on a donation. So that is the other way that you can use Easy Fundraising. You can use our donation reminder instead. A supporter can come to our website, log in, search for the retailer. They can open their app and search for the retailer, or they can use our donation reminder. And most people use a combination of all 3 things. So I do, for example, sometimes I might use the website. I also have it on my phone. And as you can see, I have that donation reminder installed. So that's how people use Easy Fundraising. But what you need to know is how do you get your charity, your good cause involved with Easy Fundraising? So it's really, really straightforward. So all you do is you visit this page that I've displayed here, easyfundraising.org.uk/click, and you'll see this page here. Now, this is just a page I put together because we partner with Click, so that I can sort of feed back to them on which causes might be using Easy Fundraising that are sort of in their network as well. So all you do is you come to this page and you type in the name of your charity or good cause in here, and you click Get Started. So if it was me, I'd be typing in Home Start Birmingham North West if I was registering it for new. If it's you, you just type in the name of your organisation in there. We will then set up an Easy Fundraising page for your organisation. So this is the page that is on Easy Fundraising for my Home Start that I support. You'll be able to add a logo, you'll be able to add an image, but with the information you give us, we will create this page for you. So we'll need to know the name of your organisation, charity number if you have it, little description, and if you want to upload a logo or an image, you can, and we will then create this page for you. The next thing that needs to happen is you're going to tell your supporters that you are now on Easy Fundraising, and you're going to ask them to visit your new page. When they visit this new page, they'll see this button here that says sign up and support this cause. When they click that, they'll just be asked to give us their name, an email address, and set a password, as you can see here. That is the only information we are going to ask your supporters for. So please don't worry. We are not going to be asking them for personal information. We don't need their address. We don't need their mother's maiden name. We don't need their horoscope or their inside leg measurement. We don't need their bank details. We don't need their credit cards. They're not shopping with us. They're just shopping with their retailer in the normal way. All we need to do is create them a supporter account that links to your organisation, so that every time they then use Easy Fundraising, we know that they're supporting you. So they just do this once, they choose you as the cause they're going to support, and that's it. And then after that, whenever they shop online, they start at Easy Fundraising and they'll raise donations for you. We'll send them an email every time they raise a donation to show them who they've shopped with, how much they spent, and what the donation is. So this is an example of an email that I had. So it shows me that I shopped with Brittany Ferries. So I'm going to France with my family in 4 weeks' time. So I booked the ferries. So I raised £19. That's an image to show that it went to Home Start. It just shows me when I purchased it, how much I spent, etc. And then this bit here is actually underneath here. It's a little shareable message that if your supporters want to, they can share a message out with their own network to say, hey, I've just raised some money for my charity. Why don't you do the same? So they can hopefully get you a few sort of extra supporters as well. But how do you get your supporters involved? So I've said what you need to do is get your supporters over to your Easy Fundraising page and ask them to sign up and support you. And the way that you do this is we have provided you with all of the tools that you are going to need to do this. So things like ready written email that you could send out to supporters, ready written social media posts, posters, flyers, videos that you can share. Actually, let me show you. Hold on. So once you've registered your organisation with us, you'll have access to this area here called Promote My Cause. If you click into it, everything you see here now is all about my cause. But when you look at this, everything you see will be bespoke for your cause. So it won't say Home Start Birmingham North West. It'll say the name of your charity, your organisation. So firstly, you've got a QR code. So if somebody was to scan that QR code, it would take them straight to your Easy Fundraising page where they can sign up and support you. You can download it, you can put it in a newsletter, you can have it on your phone, whatever you want to do with it. Go. So in here, yeah, so spread the word in this bit. In here, you've got ready written wording in a variety of different formats. So let's say the way that you communicate with your supporter network is through a Facebook group or a Facebook page. If you came here, you click this, preview and post, it says you can raise free donations for, and then it won't say Home Start Birmingham North West, it will say the name of your good cause. Every time you shop online, just use Easy Fundraising, etc., etc., etc. And then there is the link that somebody would need to go to sign up and support your cause. You just click copy and post to Facebook, it'll open into Facebook with a nice image, and you've shared a message out. So you've got a few different sort of ways to do it there. You've got images as well that you can attach if you would like to. There are also things here. So we always put relevant wording for that particular month there. So if there's a particular kind of shopping season, so last week and the week before, if you'd have come here, you'd have seen there was wording about if someone was planning to buy a Father's Day gift, they could raise money for you at the same time. So we always put kind of new relevant wording in here. We've got some starter packs, some little downloadable guides that explain how the donation reminder works, how the app works, and how everything about Easy Fundraising works is there. You've got a few more social media posts there. You've got email template. And then finally, you've got posters, flyers and handouts, wording for your website, and even little how-to videos that you can share. So if I go to posters, flyers and handouts, you'll see these posters. These have all got a QR code on them already. Again, you can just download them and then somebody could just sign up and support you straight from a flyer or a poster. The other thing to tell you about that area, which is really useful, is that anyone that signs up to support you, any of your supporters, they've also got access to all of these tools and assets as well, because they might want to share wording out with their own network to let people know that they're supporting you, and they might want to bang the drum for you. Or it might be that you're the person that registers Easy Fundraising with us, but there's someone else within your organisation that does your newsletter or is responsible for your social media. Providing they've signed up to support you on Easy Fundraising, they've got access to all of these shareable tools as well. But the other way that will help you, so you've got all of that bespoke content, but the other way that we can help you is you can have a call with a member of our team at a time to suit you to ask any questions you've got, get any support, really understand how Easy Fundraising works, and we'll also can provide you with bespoke materials. If you don't want to download them yourself, we can provide them for you. So it's a time and a date to suit you. When you register with us, one of the things we'll ask you is, would you like to talk to a member of the team? Have you got questions? Do you need some help? You'll see a calendar where you'll pick a time and a date and a member of the team will ring you. So you're not having to wait in for someone to ring you. And just to be clear, this is not a sales call. No one's ringing you to try and upsell something. There is nothing to sell. This call is purely because we know that sometimes speaking to a real life human being is what people want to do. So it's something we've done for over 10 years now, had this team in the office that talk to our causes, and we're really proud of it because we know, sometimes you want to just talk to someone. So you'll talk to Jess, Raina, Claire or Louisa. That is a picture of Jess there. You're not looking at an AI generated image. That is a genuine person. That is Jess, and she's sitting in our offices. What they'll often do as well when you have a call with them is they'll set you up a nice little incentive to set you going. So things like from the day that you have your call onwards, for 2 weeks, they'll give you £1 for every single supporter that signs up to support you without them even having to spend anything, to just get you up and running. So it is well worth having a call. They're really lovely, they're really friendly, and they talk to our good causes all the day, so they're super knowledgeable. So we've been through how it works, we've been through how to sign up, we've been through how to get your supporters involved and the support we can give you. So I thought I would show you some top tips, 5 top tips that other causes that use Easy Fundraising, what do they tell us works well for them? What are their kind of, their advice, if you like? So firstly, people really love the donation reminder because it is a really simple way to raise money. So obviously you can use our website, you can use our app, but I would also recommend you download that donation reminder. It is safe and secure. Don't worry about that. It is not there to spy on you. It's not there to pop up adverts or anything like that. It's not harvesting your data and sending it off to a retailer. It's completely safe, GDPR compliant, secure. All it is there to do is, if you had forgotten to start at Easy Fundraising, if you have the donation reminder, that alert will come up to tell you. You can click it and then you won't miss out on your donation. There are a handful of retailers that donation reminder isn't compatible with, just due to their websites and how they're set up. So booking.com is one of them. That's why I showed you booking.com, how to do it through the site. But for the vast majority of our retailers, you will get that alert. And the other real benefit of the donation reminder is that it might not be that you've forgotten to go to Easy Fundraising. You might just simply not know that the retailer that you want to shop with is part of Easy Fundraising. There are over 8,500. So you might just think, oh, I'm going to shop with X retailer, and not even realise that they're on Easy Fundraising. But the donation reminder will alert you. Tip number 2 is weekly donations from supermarkets. So the supermarkets, as you can see here, Tesco, Morrisons, Sainsbury's, Waitrose, Iceland, Ocado and Asda, will all give you donations when your supporters do a shop with them. And as people tend to do a weekly or maybe bi-weekly shop, people can raise funds for you every single week just doing their shopping. So as you can see here, Tesco's, they donate £10 if that person has never ever shopped with them before. But if that person's already a Tesco shopper and they now just decide to do it through Easy Fundraising, they'll get 50p every time. Morrisons, slightly more generous at the moment, so £1.30. So if you have a supporter that currently does an online shop with Morrisons, and from now they decide that they're going to do it through Easy Fundraising, they'll raise £1.30 every week for you. So that's well over £50 raised in a year just by one person shopping with one retailer. It's a really nice, easy way for people to raise money for you. There will, for some of those retailers, there is a minimum basket spend. So you'll have to spend a certain amount to get your donation, but it is typically just linked to whatever you need to spend to have your shopping delivered. So you can't like order a pint of milk on Tesco and then have it delivered. You know, that you have to spend a certain amount. So typically the donation will be linked to that. But this is a really nice way, and people, our good causes love this because so many people do a grocery shop on a weekly or bi-weekly basis. Tip number 3 is around travel and holidays, which I've kind of alluded to already with shownyoubooking.com. We work with hundreds of travel retailers, package holiday providers, tour operators, hotel chains, accommodation booking sites, comparison sites, airlines, all sorts of things. And they will all give you donations. And if you think that on average, a family will spend £1,500 on their annual summer holiday, that's an average. So just 1% or 2% of that is a nice donation for you. Booking.com with that 4% donation is a really nice donation. And not last year, the year before, I went to Prague, took my family for my son's 21st, and we booked with Booking.com. They had the accommodation we wanted anyway, so we would have booked with them anyway. And we got a £49 donation just for booking a holiday that we were going to book anyway. There's also, it's not just foreign holidays. There are lots of UK holiday providers, hotel chains, cottages, things like days out, theme parks, coaches, ferries, train tickets, that sort of thing. And there's also all of the things around a holiday as well. So if you think about going on holiday, you don't just buy a holiday, do you? If you're going abroad, you're going to buy lots of other things around, things like travel insurance and airport parking and that sort of thing. Last year, I know it sounds like I do a lot of traveling, but last year I was lucky enough to go to America. My nephew was getting married out there, so a group of family members went. So we got a donation on our flight with British Airways. We got a donation on our car hire through Expedia. We got a donation on parking our car at Heathrow while we were away. We got a donation on, we stayed overnight the night before. We had a really early morning flight, so we booked into a hotel, got a donation for that. And we also got a donation on our travel insurance. So 5 separate donations on one trip. So it's well worth reminding your supporters that if they're planning to book a holiday, they can raise a really nice big donation for you. And this isn't about encouraging someone to book a holiday they can't afford or anything like that. It's just about if they're already going to do that, then that can be valuable money for your organisation. In that promote my cause area that I showed you, you will find wording that you can use to specifically to explain about booking holidays and booking travel. You can use that to explain to your supporters, so you can just go there and grab that. Tip number 4 is around the sorts of retailers where you're going to take a contract or a policy with them. So there's a few examples here, but there are over 200. So things like car insurance, home insurance, pet insurance, mobiles, broadband, utilities, that sort of thing, TV packages. These retailers, they will only give you a donation if you are taking a new policy. So let's say you already had car insurance with LV and you're renewing, they won't give you a donation. But if you were taking a new policy with them, they will give you a donation, and these will be large one-off amounts. So rather than a percentage of how much you spend, it will be a large one-off amount. So it's typically £20 plus. So you might get £25 for a new car insurance or £30 for a new TV package with Sky. So these can be really large donations. If perhaps just like 3 or 4 people, say 4 people take a new car insurance policy across the course of a year, that can be over £100 raised for you. And these are the sorts of things that people do online now. We don't go to the brokers on the high street now, do we? We do this sort of thing online. So that's a nice way to get large, one-off, sort of chunky donations. But you can actually even get donations when you compare. So you'll recognise all of these names here. We partner with all of them. So if somebody wanted to get a better deal on their car insurance or their home insurance or their utilities, for example, they could come to Easy Fundraising, search for, say, Go Compare. We'll send them to Go Compare. They can search different prices and policies, find the one that saves them a bit of money or gives them what they need, and also raise a donation for you at the same time. And then the final tip is, don't just think about the consumer purchases that your supporters might make, because you as an organisation probably need to make purchases as well, and you can absolutely do that through Easy Fundraising. So you raise for your organisation when you're buying the things that your organisation needs. So again, my home start, we have to buy things like ink and toner for our office printer. We have to buy stationery. Sometimes we have events when we invite all our volunteers, and we might do a Sainsbury's shop and have it delivered so we can feed the volunteers. So think about, what does your organisation buy? What have you bought already this year? What do you need to buy for the rest of the year that could be donations? So there's no conflict here at all. The retailers, they don't mind what you're buying and who you're buying it for. So whoever does the buying for your organisation, providing they've signed up to support you, or that could be you, or it could be another supporter, it could be a volunteer, staff member, they can just buy the things that they need for your organisation through Easy Fundraising and raise donations back at the same time. So that's a really good tip, that people often don't realise that you can do that, but we have lots of good causes that do that really, really well. A good example of this is a charity that registered with us last May, so they've been with us just coming up to 13 months. They are a charity that help people out of homelessness, and as part of that, they often have to buy things to help people who are setting up in their new flat, for example. So they buy things like kettles and toasters and tea towels, and they realised they were doing all this online anyway, but now they do it through Easy Fundraising, and they're just about to tip over the £3,000 raised in a year mark. So well worth thinking about, what does your organisation buy? Can you buy them online and buy it through Easy Fundraising? So before I finish for questions, 3 quick reasons to join Easy Fundraising. One, on average, we say one person doing a normal amount of online shopping for you should raise £50 plus for you in a year. So it just gives you a bit of a benchmark. Some people will raise much in excess of that. Some people might raise less, but it gives you a benchmark. I personally have raised, I think I'm up to, when I last looked, I think I'm up to about £82 this year already. So that just gives you, but that £50 gives you a good example. So you can say, well, if we get 10 people doing this, it could be £500 a year for free. It's ongoing, it's unrestricted. So you do this for as long as you want, spend it on what you want. And finally, this money is available. People often ask me, why do the retailers do this? Well, they have budgets, they have corporate responsibility targets that they need to be able to demonstrate that they're giving money back into communities. So John Lewis, for example, we have to report to them annually on how much has been raised for community groups and charities and good causes by people shopping with John Lewis through Easy Fundraising, and they include that in their corporate social responsibility reporting. So the retailers have these budgets, they have this money that they want to be able to give out into communities. So you might as well get your share of it. Even if you just raise £50 or £100, it's money better off in your bank account than anywhere else. So thank you for listening. Just to recap, setting up your Easy Fundraising page, it's easyfundraising.org.uk/click. And if you have any questions after the session, do feel free to drop me an email. It's Becky at easyfundraising.org.uk. It's nice and easy to remember.